This video is a homesteading video, but it's not going to be a nuts and bolts video about taking care of chickens or showing you the garden or anything like that. I want to talk about stress for a little bit. And I want to give you some warning signs that you may be under more stress than what you should be, and give you some tips on how to take care of it and how to get help if you need it. All right, so let's have that conversation. Hey everybody, welcome back to Grumpy Acres. You know, even in the best of times, running a homestead or running a farm is very stressful. You've got animals that you have to take care of. They get sick. You have all kinds of problems with them. You've got infrastructure that needs to be built or infrastructure that needs to be repaired. You've got equipment that needs to be maintained or repaired. The list goes on, and that's just in normal times, you know, and you add onto that like some of the stuff that's going on nowadays, you know, increasing feed costs, taxes going up, the price of hay has almost doubled. Well, it has doubled in this area over the last 18 months, you know, and then you pile on top of that the news just in general. I mean, the state of our society and the wars and rumors of wars. It can be extremely stressful. And as homesteaders, and I know this is true of me, and it's probably true of a lot of you, and you don't even realize it, but we get so wound up in the day-to-day activities, and we get so caught up and entrenched in doing what we're doing, that when the stress starts piling up on us, we tend to ignore it, or if we're not ignoring it, we just don't see it because we're so deep in the forest that all we can see is the trees. We need to get to a point where we can recognize signs of stress and figure out how to deal with them. Now, stress is kind of an interesting topic to me. You know, stress is not always a bad thing. Stress can help us avoid danger. Stress can help us meet deadlines if we've got something that's on a time frame that we have to take care of. You know, it can be a very positive thing. And it can make you feel angry or frustrated or nervous. And it's going to manifest itself for everybody. It's going to manifest themselves in different ways. Personally, you know, my big one is I'm a stress eater. Yeah, I am a stress eater. But it's something that everybody is exposed to stress, which is a good thing, and you should be exposed to stress. You should not try to insulate yourself and be in a position where you never feel stress, because that's just as unhealthy as having too much stress. It doesn't just affect certain people age-wise. It manifests itself in every age level. And in fact, in kids, it can sometimes be even worse because they don't have the emotional maturity to deal with it properly and to process what's going on properly, so that it can be really detrimental to kids. So as adults, in that respect, we need to make sure that we know when we're under undue stress, so that we don't cause undue stress on the little ones. Okay. All right. Hey, listen, if you're new here and you made it this far into the video, I'd like to take this time to ask you to go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to add you to our virtual community here. If you go back and look at our Midwest Preparedness Festival videos, that's proof positive that the virtual community here on the channel turns into real community in real life, as long as you're moving towards it and you're actively seeking it. All right. With that said, let's talk about the 7 signs that you're stressed out on the homestead. Number 1, changing routine. You or a family member or somebody you know, they may attend church regularly. They may go to farmers market regularly. They might find themselves, you may find yourself withdrawing from these social activities and becoming very isolated. Now, I was extremely stressed last fall, or not last fall, but earlier in 2022, But I was thinking about it, and the only time for 3 months that I left this property was when I went to work or whenever Angela drugged me to a social function in the circle. The second sign of stress could be a decline in the care of animals. If you've got a flock or you've got a herd, you've got pets, whatever, they may suffer because you're not fulfilling your duties as the manager of your homestead, because you're stressed out and you find yourself lethargic, and you just don't want to deal with it. It's easier to plop down on the couch or in the chair at the end of the day than to go out and spend the time it takes to take care of the animals. Third sign of excessive stress can be an increase in illness. And homesteaders and their family members, and I'm saying homesteaders and talking about homesteading, this can apply across the board. Stress is not solely the realm of the homesteader. It can apply to somebody that's got a 9-to-5 job. It applies to everybody. All right. But we're talking about some of the ways it manifests itself on the homestead. But you can get sick, an increase in illness. That's the third sign of undue stress. It can manifest itself in short-term illnesses, like your immune system drops down, and it's medically proven. Your stress will cause your immune system to fall, so you'll end up getting colds and flus more often. And it can also manifest itself in chronic illnesses such as aches and pains, coughs, and stuff like that. So, you need to make sure that if you have a long-going illness, that you reevaluate and you assess and see if stress isn't part of the problem. 4, increase in accidents. This is caused by fatigue caused by stress. You're not getting enough sleep. You can be distracted because your acuity's not as good as it should be. Any number of reasons, and it can cause more accidents. We just become inattentive and distracted, and these things start happening more and more often. This is something that can really affect children, because not only can they get distracted and start doing stuff that get them hurt, we get distracted and we don't pay attention. How many times have you heard about a farmer's kid that gets hurt because they're working around machinery or something, and they get run over or something? So it's something we really need to watch. 5th sign, I like this one: decline in the appearance of the homestead. You start getting stressed out and you quit taking pride in your property, and you don't take care of it, and you let it get run down, and it just does not look as nice as it usually does. The reason why I find this one, I enjoy this one, because look at my property right now. I've got pallets of tile. My grass needs to be mowed, and I showed Angela the outline of this video last night, and she laughed at me because our yard does look terrible. I don't like it looking like this. My mower's down. My mower's down, and that's something that's causing stress. But I'm trying to get it up and running so I can mow it and get the property looking better. It just drives me nuts that it looks the way it does. So I know that that's not manifesting itself here on Grumpy Acres, but it does on other places. Okay, the 6th sign, and this is what I talked about towards the beginning of the video. Signs of stress in children. The kids can act out. They can show a decline in academic performance or absentee from school due to the illnesses that we talked about before. It can be due to the illnesses talked about before. They could just be skipping school. It's pretty easy to do out in the country, So we need to be watching kids and making sure that the kids are not showing signs of stress like this. 7, decreased interest. You may start thinking you don't want to homestead anymore, and trust me, that thought has crossed my mind many a times, and it's not just homesteading where you are. It's being involved in homesteading activities, gatherings and community events. So you may just find that you don't want to do that stuff because it just doesn't interest you anymore. You're looking, how do we deal with stress? One way we can do it is take a break. Seriously, you may find that a vacation is in order. Get away for the weekend. Another one is reestablishing a routine. This is just me personally. I find that when I have a routine and I'm able to stick with it, it helps me deal with stress. I have a time I get up, I have a time that I work, I have a time that I relax. It just getting on a routine can help reduce the stress, because what it does, it gives you a framework to work in. Another way you can deal with stress, and this is tackling one or two of the signs of stress right head on, is force yourself to be active out in the community. Go out and talk to people, interact with people socially. A lot of people out there are going through the same thing that you're going through, and just having somebody to talk to about it can help. They can help you deal with it and help you process it. So get out and be active. Be active in the community. And another being active is being active physically. I'm what I call farm fit. I'm rocking the middle-aged dad bod with a couple of pounds, but I'm extremely healthy according to my doctor. They said had I not been as healthy as I am, both my heart attacks would have killed me. And I call that farm fit. And if you're on a homestead, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard work, But sometimes you've got to just don't do the farm work and just do some good old exercises. And coming out of the military, I can tell you, it's a great stress relief. Just getting out and whether you're hiking or running or lifting weights or doing anything like that, it's a great stress relief. And you can also go low impact. I'm getting kind of older, and I found that doing yoga once or twice a day for 10-15 minutes is a great stress relief. In fact, I did. If all that doesn't work, and trust me, this is one that I have a hard time. It's like physician heal thyself type of thing. You can seek help. I know that the state of Missouri has a agri-stress helpline that you can call, and I'm sure that there are other states. I think New York's got one, but it's a call center where you can call and just talk to people, and the people manning these phone lines understand agriculture, and they understand the nature of what we're trying to do, and they can lend you an ear if you don't want to talk to people in your community. You talk to them anonymously, but it's something to think about. And like I said, I know Missouri's got one, and I'm sure that other states do too. So get out and look for resources that can help you. If you can't help yourself, look for resources that can help you. Man, when you're stressed out, homesteading's not fun. It's not fun at all. But once you get rid of that stress and you find a way to deal with it, you regain the joy that you had whenever you first started, and you're able to start doing stuff and making things better on your property and with your animals and doing the stuff that we love. Okay? Listen, I hope this was helpful. If you have any ideas about how to combat stress, or you've got any more signs of stress, put it in the comments down below, man. We need to share our experiences on this, and we need to help each other deal with this stress, because if I believe and if we believe what we think is going to happen is going to happen. Does that make sense? If we believe what we believe, then the amount of stress that we're under and that the people around us are under, it's just going to go up. It's just going to increase. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. And we need to be prepared mentally and emotionally. We need to be prepared. All right? So go ahead, give us a big thumbs up if you like this. Hit that notification bell. And like I said earlier, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and think about it. Join the community, share with us your experiences, and we'll share our experiences with you, and we will help you pursue a life done free. All right, take care, guys. Thanks, Milo.